What's good, YouTube? It's your boy NS. As I start this new page and stuff like that, I figured I would do an AMQ. An AMQ is ask me questions. So anytime I get new questions from followers on any platform and things like that, what I plan to do is I plan to answer it on here. So as I'm starting my page allow you guys to get to know me and understand who I am and what it is that I'm trying to build and fulfilling my purpose, I figured I would answer questions. So let's start. First question. Who is NS? So NS is a mindset speaker. And so you probably never heard of a mindset speaker before. And it's something I created myself. And so what I determine as a mindset speaker is somebody who is in a similar space as a motivational speaker, but focuses on the aspect of mindset. Because once you change your mind to what it is you want to do and you think it, you believe it, and you follow through with it, you actually can accomplish those things for the most part. And the initials of NS stands for a multitude of things. So think of it as you wear many different hats in your life. You're not the same person with your kids, with your wife or husband, your parents, friends, family, anything like that. And even with work. So you wear different hats throughout each relationship that you have. So you're not the same person. You're not going to act the same. You're not going to move in the same way. So that's how I kind of see it as the different versions of myself. And it stands for a few things. So it stands for never stopping, never settling, never simple, never stuck, and a few other multitude of things. So I want to break it down in that way. And so ultimately, that's who NS is. What is my purpose? My purpose is to inspire others to become the best version of themselves in order to reach their version of fulfillment. In my mind, I believe that in order to be fulfilled in life, you have to hit these four pillars. You have to be financially, physically, mentally, and spiritually fit in the way that aligns with you and what makes you comfortable in order to actually be fulfilled in life. Because think about it, if you don't have financial stability, security, or freedom in any way, shape, or form, everything else is the problem. You can have the best relationships, you can have the best job, you can do whatever it is you want to do. But if you're living paycheck to paycheck and worrying about bills getting paid or where the money's going to come from next and stuff like that, you're always going to be worried and always in survival mode. And that's never a fun place to be. If you're not physically in shape in some way, shape, or form, you can be physically in shape based on what it is that is for you specifically. It doesn't have to be what society thinks fit is. It's whatever makes you feel most comfortable and what you can live with. So you can have a six pack or you can have a belly. As long as you're good with where you're at physically, that's all that matters. Spiritually is, for me, I believe in a higher power. I am a man of God and a man of faith. And so for me, I believe having an aspect of spirituality in your life plays a big role in order for you to be fulfilled as well. And mentally, overall, the most important thing for most people is to be able to feel good about themselves. Well, a lot of people, which is why we have a society or I guess a world that struggles with mental health for the most part. People are depressed, people are killing themselves, people are battling with anxiety and things of that nature. And ultimately, it's because they don't feel good about themselves for the most part, whether it's because of what they dealt with in their childhood and upbringing, or the people they're around currently, or just their environment. Something is playing a role that's making people feel insecure, like they're not worthy of love, respect, and happiness. Everybody's worthy of love, respect, and happiness, but that has to be determined and defined by you specifically. Because everybody's version of things like happiness and fulfillment and joy and security, all those things mean different things to different people. So you have to understand what that means to you specifically. Who and what is your safe space? So for me, having a safe space, I have actually a handful of people now that I can just openly talk to, regardless of what it is I'm going through or what my ideas are, and not feel like I'm going to be judged and criticized. And when I put it out there, or normally what I would have done with most people is I would communicate it and they would tell me, why would you think like that? Why don't you just do what everybody else wants you to do? Why don't you just go in this box? Do what society and the law is and things like that. And I'm not saying break the law, I'm also saying not everything in full bases it off every circumstance. It's more general. So most people live by a general foundation, while not everybody fits within that foundation, and I'm one of those people, I believe. I don't fit with the general norms and the general people, so I think in a different way because I am a man of God. I am made in the image of God. God created. So for me, I am a creator. So my purpose is to be able to create. And creating a safe space is different in a lot of ways for a lot of people. So now, as I've been on my journey, I have aligned with the right people who do love and support me and accept me for who I am and actually empower and inspire me to do better each and every day. And I do the same for them. And that's the type of people I want to be around. Some things I enjoy, I do enjoy the aspect of hard work and dedication and being consistent in a way because it's a skill. Those are skills that people don't really do, like playing basketball, for example. I go out and shoot the basketball every single day. I've been doing it since April. It is now July 30th. So I'm almost at the 20-week mark where I'm about to stop. But it's the aspect of doing something regardless of how you feel about it and staying consistent and doing it over and over again, even when it gets hard and boring. So for me, doing things like that allows me to feel safe because it's something that fully relies on me for the most part. Okay. Ooh, this is a good one. What is your most valuable resource? So I don't live with much physical things outside of like essential needs like food, water, shelter, things like that. So for me, my most valuable resource is my time. I believe time is our most valuable resource because it's something we can never get back once it's gone. We can always make more money, we can always find a new relationship, we can always move to somewhere else, but we can never get our time back. And you see people that always think back in the past and worry about, oh man, if I was younger, I would do this, or I wouldn't have gotten to this relationship, or I wouldn't have got this job, or I wouldn't have taken that offer, I wouldn't have got that car. And a lot of people live back there and stay back there, and they wonder why they can't progress in life. You can't move forward looking backwards. It's kind of like driving a vehicle. The rearview mirror is a much smaller mirror as opposed to the front mirror. Most people live in the rearview mirror, where they continue looking at that mirror and seeing what's behind them, what's in the past, and all they do is keep running into the same wall over and over and over again and wonder why they're stuck, they're depressed, they're sad, they're anxious all the time. The rearview mirror is there to remember and to reflect. It is not there to stay stuck. And so the front mirror, if you notice, is a lot bigger than the rearview mirror because the front mirror is literally showing you where you can go in life, where you can progress, and see everything in front of you, and it's much bigger than the rearview mirror. Most people stay stuck in that small rearview mirror and can't get out of it and wonder why they're stuck. So for me, that's time wasting. Why would you continue to live in the past, especially not breaking down what it is that's truly keeping you there? Most people don't understand why they're living that way. They just do it because that's how they were raised or that's all they know. And so they stay there, they stay where it's comfortable. Most people live where it's comfortable. Moving forward and valuing your time and looking in the front mirror of your life's vehicle is much harder to do because it's uncomfortable. It's navigating new territory. It's doing things and seeing things that you have not seen before that are new to you. Where the things in the rearview mirror are what you have seen or what you know. And sadly, it's what makes you comfortable, even if it is dysfunctional and negative. You know it, and you know what you're going to. Most people want to live with that knowing of hurt and dysfunction instead of seeing the front view mirror and how great and amazing it is. You just have to get to the other side of that aspect of the uncertainty and the unknowing. But once you get there, it is amazing. So my most valuable resource is my time, not just for myself in general, but because of my kids, because of family and friends and things like that. I believe if I'm going to put my time, money, and energy into something, it should be valuable. It should be worth something. So I can go out and do whatever it is I want to do and waste my time doing something if it's not valuable to me. So doing what I want to do actually gives me fulfillment and joy with the time I'm spending doing it instead of going to do something just because I'm either supposed to do it or I need to do it and it's not actually fulfilling me. So my most valuable resource is my time. Ooh. What does the cynical side of you tell you while you're on your journey? So most people see cynicism as a bad thing. For me, I don't. I live in a world of optimism. I see a lot of sunlight and opportunities and things of that nature and think things more of a positive way in order to reach my version of fulfillment on my journey. But we all have a darker side, a cynical side, and stuff like that. Now, I don't want to hurt anybody and I don't want to leave people behind, but I also can't continue to carry dead weight either. It's kind of like if you're walking uphill to get to the top of the mountain and you're bringing people with you and everybody's just holding onto your legs. They're just dead weight. So for me, that cynical side of me is telling me that not everybody can come with me when I'm going to the top. Not everybody can continue on with me on the journey. There are some people that are going to continue to stay stuck in their ways. They don't want to progress in life because of fear, anxiety, and the worry of other people's opinions and things like that. That they rather stay where they're at, where they're more comfortable, instead of progress and get to a better version of themselves that is fulfilled in life, that is confident, that is happy. So that cynical side of me is knowing I'm building my community to grow together, build together as a whole. But I know not everybody can come with me. Even the current people in my life who have been in my life for a long time, there are going to be some people that are left behind. And it's sad and unfortunate, but I've come to terms with it. So that's the cynical side of my journey. What are my selfish reasons for doing what I do? So, kind of like the cynical side, we all have our selfish reasons for why we do things. Like, yes, we want to make the world a better place. We want to help other people and be of service to others. But we all have our own intentions of why we do things. So, a lot of the things I do are for these three specific reasons. One, my son. So, I do have a stepdaughter and a daughter, but I only have one son. And with my daughters, I did not have the opportunity to be as valuable in their life as I do with having an impact in my son's life. And being a god, being a king, knowing that I'm going to have to pass down the throne to my son one day. I want to be in his life as much as possible. And when I'm not able to, in regards to being out doing stuff, I need to be able to have that valuable time with him that will have an impact. So he sees dad, he sees his father, he sees growth, he sees a happy, strong, healthy man in his life that's progressing and leading others and not whining, complaining, and staying stuck in his ways with bad habits and stuff like that. And that he knows that he's capable of doing whatever it is he wants to do in life, and he has that leader as a father. My second reason is that I want to be able to get my golden retriever back. So when I was younger, I had a golden retriever when my parents were still together with my mom, dad, and older brother. And long story short, that golden retriever passed away, and so did my family. My parents divorced. Me and my older brother went through the family court system, and it actually affected me in a lot of ways with mental health and stuff like that, which I'll go into in another video. But since my golden retriever to me was that togetherness of family that was broken once she passed away, that's something I'm trying to bring back into my life. I will not get her anytime soon, but I will get her when the time is right, because I also know having a dog is like having another child. They do require a lot of attention and things like that, but they do provide something for me that I love and appreciate, which is the aspect of unconditional love. The last thing is to be that all involved grandpa. Now, right now, I'm only 31, and my kids are well aware or well away from having kids. But because I was not able to have the impact in my daughter's life that I would want to or would have needed to in order to better their lives and put them in a better situation, that's something I look forward to. And that is a long term plan. All these selfish reasons are long term. They're not things that are going to get done tomorrow fully. They're things that are a lifelong journey. And that's how I plan. I have a long view on life. And so being able to be that all involved grandpa means I'm in a position that once my kids start having kids, I'm able to take care of them, help them in a way that their parents can't because they're either dealing with their own stuff with that relationship with the parent, They have to go out and provide in terms of providing a source of income to be able to handle the necessities, or they may not even be capable because of some stuff they're actually going through. And for me, I can be that leader for my grandchildren that I didn't have for me when I was younger as a grandparent, and that my kids do not have in terms of a grandparent role. So being able to do that and having that ability to be in that position to go have fun and experience life and have them over whenever they need to, for me, that's more fulfilling than anything. So those are my selfish reasons. And the last question. This is an interesting one because you see a lot of successful people in life that are they're high status, they're on TV, they have money, they're YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, any other app, they're blowing up. So they seem successful in life. But a lot of them are actually still struggling and living paycheck to paycheck, or they're just broke in general or in a lot of debt. So the question, the last question is, are you still figuring it out? And when the question being asked, am I still figuring it out? It's my life as a whole. So ultimately, yes, I am still figuring it out. That's a part of the journey. I'm still healing. I'm still learning new things because I'm always a student in life. I'm always trying to figure out ways to save time so that I can do things that I value more than the time wasting things that I would initially need to do in order to be successful and grow and be fulfilled. But ultimately, I'm figuring it out, and I believe everybody else is still figuring it out. So I'm Ines. Thank you for your time, as it is our most valuable resource, and I will see you soon.